talk about the pros and cons of getting your MFA in creative writing. But before we get to that, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share down below. It helps us focus on the questions you want answers to so we can provide you with the content you're looking for. I'd like to start off today with a quote about creative writing by John Updike. He says, "I seem most instinctively to believe in the human value of creative writing, whether in the form of verse or fiction, as a mode of truth-telling, self-expression, and homage to the miracles of creation and consciousness." I think this is an apt quote on writing all around, and I follow it pretty closely. So MFA programs. There are two different types of MFA programs, or Master of Fine Arts programs, in creative writing: the low residency program and the full residency program. The low res program, as it is often referred to, is typically a program where students attend in person on campus twice a year, normally for 1 week long residencies. While this may be varied by program, two of these residencies where students attend in person on campus twice a year, normally for 1 week long residencies. While this may vary by program, most have two of these residencies per year. The rest of the year you work from home, writing, reading, and turning in assignments and your writing packets either via email or through an online portal assigned to you by the program. Having attended graduate programs 3 times, once for business, once for literature and English, and once for my MFA in creative writing and fiction, I understand the benefits of in-person full-time attendance, as well as those of attending a low residency program, which I did for my MFA in creative writing. So here are the pros and cons, in my opinion, of getting your MFA. This list applies both to full residency and low residency MFA programs. Pros: you have the flexibility to continue with your career and family obligations. You get to work on craft with published authors. You get to workshop with classmates and get constructive criticism from multiple sources very regularly. You'll have a finished or a semi-finished work thesis by the end of the program that you'll be able to hopefully send out to agents. You're able to build a community of fellow writers to keep in touch with who will help you along the path of revision and workshopping after your MFA program's done. You'll get to meet a lot of professional published writers you admire and who've made it. I got to meet tons of writers that I've respected and that I've seen on the New York Times bestseller list for years. You read books you've never read before, and you're reading like a writer, which makes a difference in terms of your understanding of literature. You learn about deadlines and are, in a way, forced to meet those deadlines. Deadlines are good, they're your friends. You'll potentially meet editors, agents, literary journal publishers who give you a better chance of getting published faster, given, of course, that your writing is up to par. I know many people who've worked for literary journals who've gone on and had their works published. Now, here are the cons of MFAs. MFAs aren't cheap. You're looking to spend around $20,000, give or take a few $1,000s. And if your goal is to teach afterwards, there are very limited spots at universities and colleges, and those openings are very competitive. And that $20,000 or whatever amount you took out in loans, it's going to take you a long time to pay it off if you're in academia. That's just the facts. Now, getting an MFA doesn't mean you're going to get automatically published. It just means that you've studied creative writing from the writer's perspective rather than just the reader's perspective. Another con is you'll have some facilitators, teachers, etc., who provide value and others who don't. Like any school environment, there'll also be cliques, and you won't always be hanging out with the facilitators, which for some is something they aspire to do. Nothing changes by being around other writers. You still have to work, you still have to write. There's no magic that comes from being around other writers except the cool factor or the enjoyable factor that you may feel and the ability to learn from them. One of the common beliefs of attending writing programs is that they continually or potentially create a factory where the writing style of the professors and perhaps the other students become too similar to your own. Professors, facilitators who teach what they know can sometimes be taken too literally by their students, thus creating a situation where students mimic how the facilitators or other writers in the program write. If you're considering applying for an MFA in creative writing, you have to take all of these things into account, all of the pros, all of the cons, both of in-person versus low res based on your particular needs. You'll be doing a lot of work either way, but focus on the benefits and the sacrifices you'll need to make in order to get the most bang for your buck out of whichever program you decide to pursue. I hope you found this quick pros and cons list helpful. Down below in the description, I have listed resources for MFA programs, including low res and full res offerings for your convenience. Thanks for listening, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. We really appreciate the contact. For NovelMasterClass.com, this is Cully Perlman. Happy writing. Take care.